morning, everybody. You know, when it gets that time of year and you just look at all the jobs you've got to do, well, my jobs start right here. Hello. Sorry, that was one of me fellow residents coming up to say hello. So yes, this onion bed, I'm putting it off, to be absolutely honest with you. I've got a nasturtium growing there, lots of seeds, lots of dandelions, and also a potato or two. And I've got to take this net off now that they're nicely rooted in. So I think that's going to be a job for next week. It's forecast that tomorrow we're going to have, overnight tonight and tomorrow, we're going to have quite a lot of rain. So that should soften up the ground a bit. But yeah, there are so many jobs to do at this time of year, aren't there? So I've been watering these pots because this is lettuce that I've put in, and some of it's perking up a bit, so you never know, and it's going to rain tonight and tomorrow, so hopefully. The potatoes are now getting a bit more lively, so that's nice to see. These, well, first of all, a very exciting purchase. That is a Miss Figgy, the miniature fig plant, and it's thanks to the inspiration of Bill and Val that I've got that for my birthday next week. And of course it's already potted up because I couldn't wait. And in here, these 3 bags have got shoots from the very small potato grow along of Terry King. And these bags aren't going to stay here, and they're quite shoddy bags really. I show the light, so I'm going to have to cover them with something black, maybe an old compost bag that's lined with black, and when they're in their permanent place I'll just put them there, but they're not staying there because they're in the way there. I just had to put them there for now. Eventually I'm going to put them where that garlic is, because there's a wooden baton and there are a couple of potatoes growing there, and I think I can put some black plastic or something round them there to hold them together, so they should grow a bit better. But that'll be when I harvest the garlic. For now they're okay in those bags. I think I might have to put something around them to stop the light getting in before then. Depends how they grow. Rhubarb seems to be doing really well. It'll be looking forward to the rain tomorrow, as are we all. I've got fuchsias for the flower garden. I've got so many flowers now come up for the flower garden. That's another big job that's going to come up. I put self-sown calendula seedlings all along this row. This is where my tomatoes are going to go when they're ready. And I've got marigolds growing to go with them as well as companion planting. And there's a little nasturtium there as well. So it's all coming along very happily. These are poppies. I thought they were just weeds, so I've been pulling them up, but then I noticed the poppy heads, so the buds, aren't they pretty? So I'm leaving them all alone now. So I think they're Welsh poppies, so they'll be yellow. It'll be pretty. I've just been tying in these mange tous, which have been flopping all over the path and getting in the way. I've got a grapevine here that was given to me by a friend. She's not sure it's edible, but if it gets out of hand, the plan is to grow it all the way along there, you see, but if it gets out of hand I can always get rid of it before it gets too difficult. The birds this spring, I don't know if you've had this experience, but the birds this spring have been lovely. They've been glorious. We've got a song thrush, we've got loads of blackbirds, we've got lots of blue tits and long-tailed tits and pigeons and rooks and all sorts of things. And because there's woodland up behind us, the birds and of course seagulls, they're just everywhere. It's lovely, it's really nice. So those onions are doing pretty well. I moved the Swedes and the broccoli that were being munched by slugs onto that strulch. and so far they're being left alone. They're going to need to go out soon. The onions are doing okay. The broad beans, well, I've never had much success with broad beans in this garden, but fingers crossed it'll do better than it did last year, which was a complete disaster. I've re-sown carrots along here. I've got a few, but it's terribly patchy. So I bit the bullet and went out and bought another packet of fresh seed and put it all along there and all along this bed as well. And there are a few, but you see it's so patchy. When I sowed them, I don't know, can you see that? When I sowed them all the way along. But I think it was a bit cold, so I've got in my diary to sow my carrots at the beginning of April rather than March, and see if that helps them along a bit. Calendulas are coming into flower, so they're rather lovely, aren't they? These peas are doing okay. I've been filling water buckets because we haven't had any rain, and of course because there's a motorcycle race meeting at the top of the hill there this weekend for bank holiday, and because I got all these water buckets full up, it's going to rain now. I mean, it always happens, so what can I say? So blueberries, I've tied those in because they were getting a bit in the way. Of course, I've got my very important seating arrangement. The herbs I put here, and this is my new compost bag. That completely wiped me out. My chronic fatigue said, no, you've got to stop now, so I had to lie down for a whole day after that, but it's done. And I've got more seedlings here. So those are calendula and beetroot, and those are onions that are going in the bed where the buckets are, when I've had time to sort those out. And what do you say to the garlic field now, eh? Ooh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it's so pretty. And it keeps the carrot fly away with its pungent stink. And yes, it's all growing lovely. And that lime tree and its leaves are coming out. I just love spring, don't you? Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.